Know the difference between our show and that other show? We're not douchebags. At 1-866-763-1242.
I got Jiggy with it.
On the Jiggy Jaguar Radio Show.
As far as I'm concerned, I think you ought to put your face in dough and make jackass cookies.
Ladies and gentlemen, he may dress a little funny, and his hairstyle may be 10 years old, but my God, what a voice. Introducing your host for this evening.
ICT Live. It is the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar show, doing the damn thing as always. From JiggyJaguar.com, I'm Jigman Freud, and the views and opinions expressed on this segment are those, or any portion of this program, are those of the guests and the callers only. Jiggy Jaguar, KJAG Radio, KMA Entertainment, or the network affiliates have not endorsed any of these opinions, and the opinions do not necessarily represent the opinions or views of myself, the rabble-rousing ringleader Ross Long, or any of the Jiggy Jaguar Radio Network, which includes 50-plus stations on the internet, AM, FM, across this great country of ours, the United States of America, and Canada, and some places in Europe. But
Canada.
They got kings and queens and stuff over there. We got a queen, too. His name's Larry Trent, but we won't get into that here. I hate to bash Larry every week, but I have to. It's comedy. Larry,
we bash everybody but our guests.
Exactly.
So don't hang up on us. There's Sandra.
Yes. You're joining us this week on KJAGRadio.com, as well as SRN, the Spirit of South York at 148.ca. Our good friends at TalkShoe.com, BasementRadio.net. Seeing us live as only live can get today. I want to thank Rob and the gang over there for helping us out. AmigoFish.com. Our good friends out of Denver, Colorado, Sports Radio 101, The Puck. And, of course, Rangerplex, Alternative Webcasting Networks. Ustream.tv as well, and livestream.com/JiggyJaguar. WildBenchRadio.com for a complete list of sites. Check out JiggyJaguar.com, and if you miss any portion of the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar show, the podcast is available each and every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Central at JiggyJaguar.podomatic.com. You can also join us for past video, commercial-free videos at JiggyJaguarRadioshow.blip.tv, or just go to JiggyJaguar.com. Or go to rosslong.info and look for the VOD pod. And I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We've got rabble-rousing ringleader Ross Long, the rabble-rousing Big Ross, as they say in the hip-hop community, joining us. He does not allow his visage to be publicly presented. And I'm, of course, Jigman
Generally.
Freud. As I've said before, you know who I am. I'm the idiot in the Boyd Collington shirt, and we have our. I stand corrected. I kept talking about these Topeka rappers. They don't exist. We have a Wichita rapper, and we have a Salida rapper, but we don't have any Topeka rappers.
Louisville rapper.
We have all sorts of rappers.
Ah.
They're here.
But they
here
now
they're
live
taking
in.
over.
They now live though in Topeka, right? No?
I don't.
No, that's still.
I don't know what's going on here. And Beast Mode will be with us as well.
Like We the Mode?
We the Mode.
Like
Beast Mode.
like Beast Mode? We the
Beast
Mode?
Mode, free my mama. And I want to thank Dr. Chantel for joining us earlier in the broadcast.
Chantel Williams, the pop
I also
smoke.
want,
No, that's
I
mine.
also want to thank Dr. David Edelberg and Elizabeth Cahill for joining us earlier, and Sandra Davis will be joining us here in just a few.
She's waiting on Skype.
She is waiting on Skype. Sandra, how are you?
And we're going to protect her right now.
How are you? Looks like you have a lot of fun there.
We'll get you some audio just a second.
We're going to get some audio to Sandra here in just a second.
Okay, we do this live, so
This is the second hour of the world famous Jiggy Jaguar show. Next week on the big broadcast, Papa Joe will be with us, and the authors of Naked City magazine will be with us to discuss the idea. And
they're naked.
Cash Hollister, mayor of the city, will be here as well.
Yes.
He'll be talking about the best sweater contest he's hosting. I don't know what that means. And then we have a man with bling in his mouth in studio. So God will make sure that nothing happens to us today, because that's pretty much the way it is. And he's a Yankees fan, which means he's really ticked off. So we'll talk to him later as well. I'm a Raiders fan, and they're not doing too bad this season. We've got Sandra Davis. Sandra, how are you, my dear?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I am doing fabulous, as much as I can be. Thank you for joining us today on Skype. Thanks for being involved in the brand new technology that is the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar show. Ross is over there. You can't see Ross, but you can hear Ross.
Sometimes.
Right.
Now, explain to me, you've got a book out there, I understand, correct?
This is it.
Look at that.
Okay, am I a man or a woman?
Why
That's the
some
name of
people?
it. That's a beautiful book. That's unusual. The painting. Did you paint that?
No, but that painting has an interesting story. It's painted by Lawrence Todier from New York, an extraordinary artist whom I met 10 years after he painted it. At the time I was writing the book on the West Coast, he was making the painting on the East Coast. We met 10 years later, and I said, "Oh, I love your art. You should do the cover for my book. You should paint something." And he said, "I already did it. I just didn't know for whom." He shows up with this, and the picture tells the story. What's inside the book is on the cover of the book, to detail. The whole thing with barriers to the light coming through, the whole miscreation. You see, he even placed it in the sky. See, it's blue like the sky, and the whole suggestion of something behind the scenes that affects people's perception of their own gender. Before I met him, I had this book, which is where I I did the drawing.
There we go.
And this was strictly psychology. So I wrote this many, many years ago. In 95, it was already printed, but it was only psychology. And it moved to conferences. It could have moved well, but I didn't get it right until I got the whole picture, which is here. So whoever wants only psychology, they can read this. Who wants the whole picture, they can read this. And this is a psycho-spiritual book.
I will have to say, bravo on the promotion, my friend. You have books. You hold them up. You know what you're talking about. You are fabulous. Whoever your booking agent is, which I know who he is, give him a give Brad a raise. We've got Sandra Davis with us today here on the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar show, joining us via Skype. Sandra, tell us about your book. What is it? Am I a man or am I a woman?
Am I a man?
Yes. Or woman.
Yes.
The subtitle. Yeah, the subtitle.
It's an incredible book. Give us a little bit of information, because as everyone knows, I'm an idiot.
That's the best place where everybody can start these days to sweep the slate clean of misconceptions so that they can actually start to understand. So you are in the same bucket with everybody. And I'm saying that in a nice way. I respect them enough to know that they have inside everything it takes to make the right choices. They just need the understanding. People have to start assuming that if we stick a label on people, we know what's going on. We have to start addressing them in their real feelings, in their true inner experience. And this is what's happening with a man or a woman. You see out there, there's a lot of labeling. You are not attracted to girls before you even think that you may be attracted to boys. You are told that you are gay. And you may not be gay. You may just be shy. So I'll admit it. You are gay. Go out, admit it. I'll join the parade. And poor kids don't have a chance to understand why they are not attracted to girls. Maybe they're just frozen to death because they like girls so much and they don't know how to go about that.
Tell me, do you at all cover, the idea of, say, some have said that I am a lesbian trapped in a man's body. What about that? Is that can that also be part of it?
I would say get out of that man's body and let him be. Because if a spirit of a woman wants a guy, at least the guy to be with another guy, you know, if the spirit of a woman is trapped in the body, she has to say, get me out of here, rather than, oh, I'll change the body, I'll cut his private parts and turn him into a woman because I'm a woman spirit.
Kick the lesbian out of your body, in other words. Okay, that's
Kick the lesbian out of your body. Back when the women were straight and so were what was it? Chrome were the straight and so, I don't know, it doesn't matter. We've got Sandra Davis today on the big broadcast. Am I a man or a woman? Why some people feel that they are in the wrong body. And you can pick up this book at atlasbooks.com or 1-800-BOOK-LOG. We want to thank Sandra today for being on the big broadcast. She's a PhD.
Candidate.
You're a psychotherapist,
Yeah.
an author, and you. That's a heck of a background to get involved with this book.
Yeah? What do you mean?
You're well educated, my friend. You're well educated. You're
Appreciate
not just
that.
a hack writing a book. You've researched the book well. You've got a lot of you know what you're talking about. You're not just some idiot picking up a book and expecting people to pick it up and read it. So
you have the academic experience.
yes, indeed. Thank you, Ross.
Thank you. And some 22 years of working with people. Some who said exactly that, inspired the title, says, I would ask, what are your goals or what do you want in therapy? And they'll say, I need to figure out, am I a man or a woman? Because I cannot stay in the middle. I have to find my way. I have to be me. And
War, get off the fence. No. We've got Sandra Davis with us today. She has written many a book. The first wide open door into the golden era that planet Earth entered on January 8th, 2010. Am I a man or a woman? Is the
I love you for saying that. Thank you.
all of the subjects in Sandra Davis's books are multidimensional. She reveals the truth that evolves between the human society, the human depth of society, the human divinity of society, all within a complex relationship with Mother God and Father God, who Father God, I don't think they're real happy with me right now, but we won't get into that here. We've got Sandra Davis with us today. This book is incredible. Do you have a follow-up or anything planned for this?
Yes.
Do you happen to know when's that going to be coming out? Give us a little information on it.
By fall, I should have more detailed advice, more details how to. This is more the theory, the explanation, this is what happened. This is, look at this, look at this, look at this. Start to make sense. Stop labeling yourself. Get to know who you truly are rather than trauma or spirits or misconceptions or society pushing in the wrong direction. Now is the how-to list. And that's the next one. Self-testing, how to. If you've gone through this and this and this, it could affect you and lead you in the wrong way. If you want to choose the wrong way, it's your freedom of choice. But if you are pushed because you're raped or you're forced, you may want to think twice about that.
Ross, you have anything for Sandra? She's a well-educated individual.
No, I think we about covered it.
And you have you're a lot smarter than I when it comes to things of this nature.
She answered my question about the lesbian trapped in the wrong body. You kick the lesbian out, you don't mutilate the body. Okay.
Yeah.
That's simple and that's direct and I agree with it.
Your genius, guys, is to approach it the way it needs to be approached rather than force me into the mold out there. I truly love the way you approach it, and this is what says that you have no reason to put yourselves down because you chose the right way to introduce me to the world.
Well,
Because it's the first time I show my face. I've been on radio shows, but this is the first time I show my face. And you made that pleasant.
Well, I'm glad you're having an enjoyable experience. You know, I need you to immediately start writing all of my ex-girlfriends and tell them how much of a fun time you had with me. Now, Sandra Davis is with us today. I love that Sandra's a good sport and she puts up with my off-the-wall humor. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that.
Say something. You mentioned that Father God may be upset with you. Can I say something?
Yes, jump in there.
When he saw the mess that happened because the feminine was forgotten and denied, he started to say, so sorry, I just wanted to step in to put them at their place. I didn't want them to ignore you. So he's fine with the feminine being respected. He's such a gentleman that he would love you for bringing up the subject. It's like a family that needs both mother and father.
You know, I think there's somewhere in the old literature that says that might even be a commandment, respect thy father and mother.
Exactly.
And it's yes.
Exactly. And Moses was told, honor your mother and father.
Exactly.
And in Proverbs it says, listen to your mother so you could live long on this earth. This is why I'm talking longevity, because without feminine that gives life, how on earth do they expect to avoid death and to live long enough to their best potential? Picture families where only dads are there and usually gone to war. And kids trying to make it fatherless, motherless. You can, at some point you can play John Lennon's song where the father sings in John Lennon's song where he says, I wanted to run. Children do not do what I have done. I couldn't walk, but I wanted to run. Like the male who wants to do it all. It's wonderful. But he's better if he does it with the lady, with the mother of the children. They may do a better job if they address both feminine and masculine in a healthy, respectful way. Chivalry and love. How is that for a good future in the new era?
That is way above my pay grade. I appreciate it, Sandra.
Come on! You love your mother and father to love each other and to take care of all the children.
Well, Sandra, you are great. I enjoyed this book very much. I am a man. Am I a man or a woman? We're going to definitely have you back to talk about your other book in the future. So, and now that we know you can do Skype and you can do it very well, we'll have you back in about a month or so and talk about your psychology book.
Wonderful, thank you.
I just love kind of your approach of almost a spiritual look at this. We're going to have to go a little deeper into this when we have the time.
And we might have to have Harry Scott Shemp come on.
Oh, my God.
our buddy Harry Scott Shemp would love to chat with you about psychology. So we definitely will have you back when we can have a little bit more time with you, my friend. But I do appreciate you doing this today. Sandra Davis is the author of the book, Am I a Man or a Woman? Why Some People Feel That They Are in the Wrong Body. And Sandra Davis knows what she's talking about. She's a PhD. She's a psychotherapist. She's an author. And she will change the world with a number of books, and one of which is the one we spoke about today. You can pick up this book at atlasbooks.com or call them 1-800-BOOK-LOG. I appreciate it, Sandra. Thanks for doing this, and have yourself a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon, my friend.
It's been a joy being here.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate it, Sandra. Have yourself a good one.
Take care, Sandra. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
On the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar show. We're getting it going today, and we're finally going to get into talking to our guests who, at this point, have just confused the hell out of me, so I don't even know where the hell they're from. But I do know that the man in the bling can be trusted. If you have money you'd like to give him, he will hold on to it for you. He won't spend it. If you have
I didn't say that. No.
If you're a lost ship in the night, he will guide you there. The man with the bling.
That sounds dangerous.
I don't know what that means. But we're going to take a quick little time out, and then we'll come back and chat with him. And still to come on this broadcast, we've got the untouchable, the unstoppable, the undisputed Mike Game from Wichita, Kansas, called us on the phone.
Radioactive.
Whose head is he going to chop off today? And we've also got still to come porn star Sarah J. and Beast Mode, We in the Mode. I believe the proper technical term is Free My Mama. And we'll be chatting with them as well. And it's going to be a hell of a show. We're also going to throw some people under the bus later, so be sure to stay tuned for that. I want to send out a shout-out to our buddies at basementradio.net for carrying us today. We'll be back here in just a few, here on the world famous Jiggy Jaguar.
You are zigging and zagging with Jiggy Jag. Jiggy Jaguar at www.jiggyjaguar.com. Email Jiggy at KJAG Radio at KJAGradio.com. And check him out